bare old amount of nutrients that have got to go on. We're walking through the wall right now. Pretty impressive. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I had a couple of people ask about why the grooves. So the grooves are, I don't know whether they're an industry standard or what they are, but they're definitely designed in a way to help with cattle on concrete. So if you have a polished concrete floor, it's going to be slippery as all heck. So with this, it gives them a little bit of stability. And then also, if they've got like rocks or anything small or rocky or hard in general in their hoof, well, there's a chance that it could fall out if they've got room for it to spread out on these grooves to go out like that. So the chance is that a rock can fall out there. How's it going, Rory? Go do some skids? Good man. And we've done it in a round like fashion, so it's going with the cows. So we could have gone like pointing in towards that drain, but instead we've gone along that way to help the cows walk in, so they're less likely to splay their hips when they're walking, because we've got a slope of an angle like that. Well, that's how it's been explained to me, and that's what we're going with. At the moment, it's acting like a really good bike track for the kids, which they seem to be enjoying. We're now putting up some boxing as well to, what do we call that? Plinth, I think you call that a plinth. So when the muck and the wee and stuff, it sort of just stays in this yard as best as possible. We've got Paddy back here at the moment, really full of updates. Now all the holes have been marked out. Well, all the holes have been marked out. They haven't done all the holes yet. He's just cut this out to make it level, and that'll be the platform where the cows stand, and obviously where we're walking down. So now he's just backfilling it in where the brickwork meets it up to. Just filling it in with blue metal. The holes for the footings for where the posts of the shed will be. The engineering report said that they needed to be 1 metre deep by 450 mils wide. It didn't strike too much rock. There was a bit of a rocky patch there, but other than that, it was pretty good. And that was just on the front of the posse track over there, and just dug straight down. Worked a treat. So over there's going to be 2 holding ponds, a winter and a solids, and there'll also be a small sump. Well, when I say small, it'll be 44,000 litre concrete tank. That'll be the end of all this. There's some conduit there that will put some electric wire through, set up a pump on that, what we call a sump, and that sump will then be pumped across over to effluent ponds. As easy as that. So we might go now and have a look at some drone footage right now.
It's the next day after, talking about all the stuff around the dairy. It's now the weekend and both Paddy and Mark are back doing things. So I think Paddy has the auger out, so we'll get a little bit of vision of that. Mark's over there digging out some more clay, and we've got the tractor in front of all the fertiliser bags. We had 10 tonne delivered the other day, and so we'll get spreading this afternoon and see, and I'll have a chat about that.
What's that? That rock there. It's being a pain. It actually works.
Yeah. You're not busting your back either, because you nearly stand up.
Might want to paint in that. Just put that bag on. Look what we've got in here. Is there an egg in there? Drat. So there might have been an egg in there. Carry on. Okay, this stuff that we're putting on, just grab a bit, is a blend. So it's got different, so that pink stuff is muriate of potash, that grey stuff is DAP, the white stuff is urea, and the cloudy pinkish stuff is sulfate of ammonia. So there's 4 different fertiliser pieces that are in that, and we just call it a blend, and what it makes up is 16, 8, 13. And we're going to put that on 300 kilos to the hectare, and that will essentially be a maintenance fertiliser, and we'll do 2 lots of those, one in autumn, one in spring, and the rest of the time we'll be just to be doing ureas, which is just straight nitrogen. That's just to try and make it simplified. There's so many different ways you can do it. You can do just single super and just muriate of potash and just keep going with ureas, or you can do another blend, 28, 484. Just, there's endless options of what you can do. This is just the option that we're choosing, just to make it nice and simple. 2 applications of something different, and the rest of the time just straight urea. Our total per hectare units is probably going to be a bit scary for some people to know, but we're targeting for our maintenance 1 kilo a day of nitrogen, which is obviously 360 kilos of nitrogen per year. Now I know there are a lot of countries and a lot of places that you're not able to do that. I think it's back down to around 200 or 180, 100, like really low. But we're going to be pretty high because we're going to have a fairly high stocking rate. That's why we need to push that that nitrogen pretty high. So yeah, that just gives us the capacity to do it, and obviously we do it sensibly too, not putting it on before big rain events or huge waterlogging issues. Not that we really have waterlogging issues. So 360 kilos of nitrogen a year per hectare. We'll have about 50 to 60 kilos of phosphorus, and about 70 to 80 units of potassium, and there'll be some sulfur in that, and that'll be 10, 15, that could be up around 50 to 80 as well. So there's, yeah, a fair old amount of nutrients that have got to go on. But at the end of the day, it isn't a perfect recycling world, and if we've got cattle on there eating grass, they're actually using some of that, and
they're absorbing it, particularly phosphorus. Dairy cows use a lot of phosphorus in the system. So when milk gets taken away, we're losing a lot of phosphorus in that system. And nitrogen, well, that just ensures that grass is growing well and continuing to grow. I like to think that we're not too dependent on nitrogen. Like we are introducing more clovers if we can, and we do have already quite an abundant clover seed in the... Okay, we're back for a bit of an update on the two dams, or 2 ponds, you want to call them. So the solids pond's just about done. It's the one on the mountainside, and the bigger one, the winter storage, that one is close to being done. It's got a little piece of clay still in it that Mark will work on getting out. At the moment now, he's pretty close to being finished, so he's going to put this pipe in, and those little boards there are called baffles, so water can't move through the wall into that and then seep through the pipe. That's what they're for. And that's got a heap of little holes in it, and it's going to be sat over there so we can access that water through gravity. So the idea is that at the end of it there'll be a plate there for it too. He's now just brought his digging bucket down. I wonder if I need to move this a bit. So he's done this last so that he can compact down all that wall. So that actually took a fair bit of digging for the digger to get that out. So all that there has all been really tightly compacted, even that up there. You can tell by it's holding its shape there pretty well. Well, we're walking through the wall right now. Pretty impressive. It's only 3.5 meters, I think. And because we had that 60 mils of rain the other day, it's just clearly the clay's holding it and doing a good job, because it hasn't gone down at all. It's pretty much all clay in there, so he'll just work on spreading that across the walls and sealing it all up. Well, that's what I think he said he was going to do. This clay has just been compacted in by that savage looking beast up there. Looks good, looks good. Here's the solids pond. Cool. Okay, that'll do for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks, guys.